So I really can't sit up here and say it's okay to lose 4 in a row.
They're on fire right now, and the Doug Peterson thing is completely taken over. This is what we all envisioned for Jacksonville.
49ers seemingly have their backs against the wall this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I was off the drugs, it was not my fault. Cocaine in the bathroom stall. She told me that I love her, but I don't recall. And he got me right, so I can't go wrong. You made me feel weak, so I made the drink strong. 31.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Backseat Huddle podcast, episode 89. Today, I'm going to be previewing the Jaguars versus the 49ers. But before I get into it, let me know what you thought of that intro. It's my second time doing something like that. If you liked it, feel free to let me know in the comments. But once again, we're talking about the Jaguars versus the 49ers today. And I'm going to start off with my opinion on the Jags. Then I'll get to the 49ers. Then I'll talk about the game as a whole. The Jaguars are in a must-win game this week because despite having the strongest strength of schedule of any division leader, despite being 4-0 against teams with a winning record, despite having an elite quarterback, despite having an elite defense, despite having an elite pass rusher, despite having an elite running back, and despite having the highest rated corner in the league, and despite having a Super Bowl winning head coach, they're just not getting any respect because they're the Jaguars. I don't understand what people don't see out of this Jaguars team. Name any criteria you have for a Super Bowl winning or Super Bowl contending team that the Jaguars do not meet. I'll wait. Experience? If you win a Super Bowl, at one point it was your first. They haven't beaten anybody. Well, I mean, they've beaten every single team that they fucking played that has a winning record. What isn't there to like about this team other than they play in Jacksonville? Yes, they had a fucked up loss in Houston, but they've won 5 straight games since. I've had them ranked as high as number 2 in my power rankings this season, and it's possible that I just overvalue them. But when I look at this Jaguars team, I see a team that has all the ingredients and also has an opportunity to show them this week against what is still the NFL's best overall roster. However, if the Jaguars win this game, which I believe they will, as I think this week is going to be Trevor Lawrence's kind of breakout week of this season, all we're going to hear after the fact is, what's wrong with the 49ers? And absolutely no discussion about the fact that the Jaguars are just a really good team. The Jaguars need to win this week to at least gain some national respect among fans and analysts alike. It also helps keep them on the inside track toward getting the number 1 seed in the AFC, which I predicted they would earn before the season even started, and I'm still sticking to it. For the 49ers, this week is not a must-win for the 49ers. It is a must-play well for the 49ers. They can afford to drop this game, even if it is really ugly for them to go on an 0-4 run. If they just get back to playing like the 49ers, even in a loss, they're going to be fine. The 49ers are in a very easy division that they are going to win. They're currently leading the division, and they play against the second-place Seahawks twice over the final 8 weeks. Their schedule in general is pretty weak, where they have winnable games against the Buccaneers, Seahawks twice, Cardinals, Commanders, and Rams. They also have 2 very losable games against the Eagles and Ravens. So if we see the 49ers getting back to playing like the 49ers, a 6-2 record over the final stretch isn't out of the question for them, which would give them an 11-6 record and would probably get them the 2 or 3 seed, and they would host a playoff game. So even if they lose this week, they're going to be fine. They just need to get back to playing well. They're also in the process of getting healthier because of their bye week. Deebo Samuel looks to play this weekend. Trent Williams is apparently playing. At least that's what goofy-ass LaShawn McCoy says.
Healthy, right? I heard Trent Williams from my sources.
Shady sources?
Yeah,
Shady sources.
He's coming back to the lineup, and you know what he is.
Christian McCaffrey's a week healthier. If they lose this week but look good, not a big deal. If they look poor and they lose, it's potentially a big deal, and we'll have to revisit it next week. But I'm not that worried about the 49ers. This is my opinion on the game itself. This is the most unpredictable game of the week. In my opinion, these are 2 of the top 5 teams in the NFL, and both of them are coming off of a bye. So what the fuck do I do with this game? The big matchup is going to be how the Jaguars' upgraded offensive line handles the 49ers' upgraded defensive line. We've seen the Jaguars be very mediocre in pass protection over the course of this season, and we've also seen the 49ers' back end give up a gang of yards to Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow over the past 3 weeks. So if the Jags can pass block this week, Watch out, 49ers. The other matchup is going to be how the Jaguars' 4th-ranked rush defense handles the 49ers' running game. We've seen Brock Purdy fail recently now that he's been asked to handle the majority of the load, and he's gotten a little bit turnover prone, and the Jaguars lead the league in turnovers. Huge. I'm really not sure how to pick this game, but my lean is Jaguars. When it comes down to it and the teams feel even-ish, I'm really not sure how to pick this game. And when I feel that way, I look at the quarterback and I just base it on who has the better quarterback. I feel like these teams are even enough that that very much could come into play. And I think Trevor Lawrence is elite. I have him as one of the top 5 or 6 guys in the NFL. For that reason, I'm going to go with the Jaguars. I'm going to say the Jaguars win this game 27-24. So that's it, you guys. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to like and subscribe. Take care, everybody.